right, good afternoon. This is Michael Wade, sales manager for the Atlantic team here at Nice & Fleming. I'm glad everyone can join this afternoon. Today we'll be discussing separating hype versus reality and the top 3 sales activities that predict profit. Now, this will be a shorter presentation than normally. Our presentations are about 30 to 45 minutes. Today I will only need probably about 15 to 20 minutes of your time. So let's get started. First, we're going to talk about today's topics. I'll go over the hype, B2B, which is business to business, as I'm sure you know, door knocking, branding yourself and your community, what you need to do to follow up on your clients, and at the end I'll be answering any questions if you have any. All right, so let's go over the hype. We would all like to believe that Medicare products are a no-brainer and people will be lining up to buy policies through us. However, that's not really the reality. Yes, the product is something people need, but they don't know you can help them with their Medicare unless you market yourself. To be successful in the Medicare market, there are many activities you can do to generate profit. However, today I have boiled down everything I hear from our most successful agents into 3 specific sales activities that we see show profit. And that's what we're all here for, profit. So there's going to be business-to-business door knocking, branding yourself in the community, and following up with your clients, as I stated before. So first, let's address door knocking. Basically, this could be broken down into 2 types. You have your consumer and you have business. Consumer door knocking obviously isn't recommended due to the ease of becoming non-compliant. You cannot door knock on a consumer's door and talk about prescription drug plans or Medicare Advantage plans. If you do, you'll risk your license and commission. So obviously that's something we want to stay away from. So with that penalty in mind, we suggest agents to knock on consumers' doors. Rather, they should door knock businesses. When talking to a business owner or employee, you are allowed to talk about benefits, plans, and Medicare 101. So that is where the difference comes in compliance-wise, as opposed to going to a consumer's home, which would be really uncomfortable to start off with. But with businesses, it is different. So you have your financial businesses, PNC offices. There's ways that you can get in the door and let them know how you can help their clients, and it could be a win-win for both. So why would a business benefit from speaking to you? Group plans, they will age out. You have retirement planning, customer needs, and mutual referrals, and you'll have a local contact as well. So it's pretty simple. A business will benefit from meeting with you for multiple reasons. They can refer employees to you that are currently on their group plan when they turn 65 in order to keep premiums low. And they would know they are referring to not only a local contact, but someone who is familiar with the business benefits that are in place. Maybe the business owner themselves are looking at retirement planning. Health costs are a major part of that process. They may potentially have customers that are in need of an advocate in the health insurance arena. For instance, financial companies and accounting offices rarely have an in-house Medicare person. So why shouldn't you become that person? So you can just introduce yourself as a resource to them. You can even suggest private presentations for their clients, Medicare 101 or resource meetings. It will give them another point of contact for their clients and value-added service. This will lead to mutual referrals. Let the business know that this can be mutually beneficial. Obviously, they're only going to want to do this if they can see what the benefit is for them. So when you're dealing with someone's finances or health insurance concerns, you're going to build trust. A personal referral from you means that more than a cold flyer, and the same goes from them referring people to you. Now that the business owner has met you and seen firsthand what you can offer, they will be more likely to recommend you to one of their clients. Now, since this is mainly a referral stream, you are building a potential partnership for presentations. You need to make sure you're dressed the part and bring the right materials for the job. I just seen a question come in, and just to, in the interest of not knocking off the flow, I will answer any questions at the end of the presentation. Thank you. All right, so back to the business, same topic, business-to-business door knocking. So you have what and how. What you're going to need, business cards, advocacy flyers, Medicare one-on-one flyers, folders, product brochures, anything that they can keep as well. You always want to be able to leave things with them. Keep that in mind. You can go down the street. All accounting or financial offices, local, you want to stay local as well. So, whatever's in your area, that's what you want to, you want to stay in that area. You want to become the point of contact for any Medicare-related questions, Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement, or even group retiree plans if you are contracted with United Healthcare. So keep that in mind. Those are the places you would want to focus on. As I stated, business cards I think will be the most important, followed by other items that you can gather from the carrier sites for little or no cost, and our custom marketing site as well. Now, figuring out where to go, that would be best determined by the individual. You know your neighborhood better than anyone. A few techniques that have worked for others is simply going down the street, starting at a Starbucks on the main drag and walking in one direction to each business they come across. Another method would be to tailor your presentation to a specific partnership you want to develop, like accounting offices, financial companies, churches, or even food banks. Because remember, you can use this also to set up meetings for their clients in the future. It's all about the initial introduction, determining if there's a fit where it works both for you and the business, and then to set up a referral stream, to have the opportunity to present and set up meetings on a consistent basis. How you utilize the method is completely up to you. But just remember, like everything in sales, you will hear no more than yes. But the relationships you develop will result in leads that cost you nothing other than your time. So now we're going to talk about branding yourself in the community. Why should you focus on branding? Well, it's going to help prospects find you, which is really the key. Instead of you going out looking for prospects, they're going to come to you. It's going to provide value to the prospects, and it's going to create that stream, that sales stream, that referral stream. The goal here is to advertise yourself and whatever you offer so that prospects are specifically looking for you to be the best place to start. And like I said, that's going to be in your local community. Your personal brand is the most important thing to you as an independent agent. The success you gain will come from the image your brand represents. So, the branding, once again, is going to create those, prospects finding you, the sales and referrals, and that's what every agent wants. Your brand has to be available in the right places in order to maximize the strategy. Once again, your brand is any representation of you. This could be a brochure posted on a community board, a website, or business cards at a local restaurant. And there's some other additional places you can get involved in the community and get your name out there. Every one of these I'm about to mention, I can go further in detail, maybe on a one-on-one basis. But, you have your senior high-rises or apartments, county housing authorities, apartment buildings, senior centers. Depending on where you're located, there will be an area agency on aging, counseling groups, faith-based organizations, churches. Churches are big. Food banks and churches are really big. If you can get into a food bank, you have to, well, look at it this way. If you can get to a food bank or a food pantry, Meals on Wheels, something in that arena, you're going to be dealing with people who are most likely lower income, Medicare, Medicaid eligible. So those are where you're going to target your DSNP clients. Churches, it could be, either way. But if you can get into any type of church or faith-based organization, that's pretty much gold, because they know you're there to help them. If the pastor or parishioner, whoever is in charge, once you show them why you're there to put the clients in a position to either save money or have better health options. And both of those benefit, their congregation. So that's a great thing. But, you also have foster grandparent groups, retail sites, any type of expo, senior expos, health fairs. These are all great places to focus on branding. All right, so as I stated before, this was going to be a pretty quick presentation. So the last thing I'm going to cover is following up on your clients. I can't really stress this enough. It seems like common sense, but a lot of times, we get the business, we close the sale, and that's it. We kind of sit back and wait for the client to reach out to us if they have any issues, but you need to be proactive and stay on top of things. So, you have your plan recap, and that will be pretty much done during the meeting, but you can also, during your presentation or during your close, but that's also something that could be done a day or two later, just to make sure they have everything, make sure they understand everything. The first 90 days is the important. You want to stay on top. Maybe even reach out to them once the first 30 days, again 60 days, and again at 90 days. And there's always different things you can bring up. A simple, hey, I'm just calling in to see if you have any questions. Is everything going right with your plan? Are you having issues with your doctor? If you have problems filling out your medications, all of that will go a long way. They will never forget that you're doing that. When it comes time during AEP, obvious reasons you're going to reach out, but they're also going to remember all those other times you reached out earlier in the year. You won't be an unfamiliar voice. They'll know who you are. You want to get it to the point where they're basically your friend. They need to feel that comfortable with you in order to maintain the business. It's all well and great to write the business and get the initial enrollment, but if they're going to change or if they're going to go to a different agent, everything you did was for naught. It's all about the residuals. So just to recap, following up with your clients is going to be the key to success. You want to make sure you recap the plan with your client so that you are confident that they understand what they've chose, the way their doctors work. Another thing I always stress during a presentation, during a meeting, there's only really three things you need to really hone in on. Premium, how much am I going to pay per month? Are my doctors going to be in the network? And are my medications going to be covered? And how much are they going to cost? So really spend a lot of time focusing on those three things and make sure that they're happy, they understand, and they're satisfied. There's no issues. Review the cost and coverage of their medications under the plan. Really go in depth about that. The last thing you want is for them to show up to the pharmacy and the drug is $2 more than what you quoted. And I like to say to myself personally, well, it's only $2, but as you all know, that adds up, and that means a lot to some people. Those $2 really mean a lot. So you have to really make sure you're giving out correct information and they understand it. Back to the 90 days, to ensure the smooth start, you have to, really show your support during that first 90 days. You can send thank you cards. You can provide key customer service phone numbers and websites. As far as the customer service, depending on the client and their level of need, honestly, you could just give them, your information for that. You want to be the first point of contact. Depending on how many clients you have and how many sales you're making, that can become overwhelming as well. So you have to go based off of your judgment or determine when it's best to, say, hey, give me a call when you have a question regarding benefits, or when it, maybe you have help in your office and you can just have them call into your office and get assistance. But if you don't have those type of things set up, and you have hundreds of clients, you have to kind of make the determination when to push them towards the carrier as opposed to calling you. Make sure you stay in touch throughout the year. Birthday cards are big. Mark down in your calendar whenever it's time for a birthday card to come out. Also, calling them on their birthday wouldn't hurt. Once again, depending on the customer situation, if they're by themselves, that would go a long way. They'll never forget that. You also could send a letter to remind them that you're always there for them. I keep saying it over and over again, but all those things go a long way. They'll really appreciate you. And, last but not least, during the annual enrollment period, just make sure your clients know that you are available to answer any questions they may have regarding plan changes. The annual notice of changes letters, the ANOC letters that come out early October, late September, is the key time to reach out regarding the plan changes. They're going to have questions. There's going to be verbiage on there they don't understand. They may see something that's, price change, and they, might get confused or concerned. You just want to make sure that you are there to answer those questions. And always remember, if you're posed with a situation or a question that you don't feel comfortable answering, we are always here. We're always here to help you out. So, all right, that's all I had for today. We're going to move on to questions. Any questions you have, let me know, and I will answer them. I'm going to leave it open for about 5 minutes and see if I get anything to come in. Always remember, you can reach me at my email address there or give me a call directly to my desk. I was just asked a question about the presentation and when it will be available on our website. It will be available Monday by end of business day. All of our presentations normally are posted 2 to 3 days after it's presented, except for the AARP group webinars. And our independent Welcome to Medicare webinars also are not posted to the website, but that's why we do them so often. All right, I haven't had any questions come in, so I'm going to go ahead and close things out. Just always give me a call if you have any questions or send me an email, and I'll be glad to help you out. Once again, I'm glad you were able to join me today, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.